Welcome back to Factorio Seablock TSM, episode number 106. Okay, so I'm over here. We've got this fairly good supply of plastic coming in now, which is highlighting issues up here, but I don't want this one to freeze out. So I guess what we need to do is titanium chest. I guess I'll make a brass chest. I don't have any. Oh yes, I do. I have some room just up there. Just to make sure that our production here in this sort of local area can continue while all of this has been fully supplied, because otherwise it won't be able to get down there. And yeah, we may need to do something to help these go a little bit faster. I'm not exactly sure what needs to be done. You don't seem to be producing this stuff fast enough. Well, we have enough seeds on this side, so it would be better if these devices, these arbitoriums, were taking seeds from here and not from over here. And I suspect they're taking it from over here, but in any event, the number we have is just not enough. Anyway, in the last episode we finally got to the point where this partially built plastics has delivered up quite a lot of plastic. I've started putting in place the ability to reprocess the wood, which would certainly help to boost the plastic a bit more. We need some way of generating steam, which we don't currently have, and I may end up just using a little bit of wood, which is, I guess, slightly unfortunate, but it is one way of getting around this situation, because wood's not really that great a product for doing this with, but it would at least get us past our sticking point. But now that we're actually at this point, what I think we should do is come over here to the area which started our interest in this, which was where we were looking at batteries, and we got to the point we are now making the lithium-based products that we need to make the batteries. We needed to combine that with plastic and some other things. Let me see if I can find these batteries. There. No, those are the normal batteries. I'm kind of expecting them in the Bob's area, but I might be mistaken. I certainly have been mistaken with some. Oh, there we go. Lithium ion. I know there's another one as well, which I'm sure is not going to prove too easy, although it doesn't actually look particularly hard, to be quite honest, in comparison to this one. So we produced the lithium cobalt oxide and the lithium perchlorate. Carbon and plastic are quite easy, so we can now make these things. However, you will note that this supply, unlike this supply, which is basically, seemingly endless, this one has stopped, and that is because we are not getting our required supply of sodium hydroxide. We have some chlorine in here, but it's kind of ended. We do have this supply of exactly 50, interestingly enough, of sodium chloride, which we can potentially turn into sodium hydroxide, I think. I do believe that's a possibility. Yes, you need sodium hydroxide, but you need 5. And that's currently the problem. So how do we get salt to sodium hydroxide is really the question. Unless I am missing the point, I do believe this is possible. Now again, we have to be a little bit careful that we don't pick the wrong sodium hydroxide. We need this one, which is the Angel's one. The other one would be a little bit more awkward. Sodium. I think this is how we get there. Sodium and purified water. And how do we get to the sodium? Sodium sulfate. Tell you what, I'll use FNEI. Salt. That's it there. So what can we do with the salt? One of 3. We can turn it into sodium. I knew we could. Or directly into saline water. I suspect this is the one that we want. It also produces chlorine gas, which might be a problem. Because this is already rather full of chlorine gas, so we have some hydrogen, but I know it's not full of chlorine so much as full of hydrogen chloride. And this is sodium hydroxide. I do believe we are using saline water. But that's probably not the best usage of our salt. So what are we going to do with all this extra chlorine? Maybe nothing. Maybe we just burn it off. What do we need? An electrolyzer 3. There we go. An electrolyzer 3. That is... Oh. So you can... Oh, we're already doing that, I think. But that's not the one that we want. Interesting. Salt plus electrolyzer making sodium. I think that's what I want. None of these others do anything with salt, do they? No. Molten salt electrolysis. Now I don't know what to do with this chlorine, so I think I am just going to flare it off. We already have nothing because we don't have any of these. Those are electrolyzer. Okay, so what do we need to do to the electrolyzer electrode to sort it out? I have forgotten, but maybe we're using it up here so I can remember. Assembly machine 2. Whoops. Prefer to use a better machine than this, but I guess we can make do with this if we have to. How do we... I don't want to build it from scratch. I just want to fix them. No. Alright, I know I'm using them up here. This recipe, it needs purified water, which is kind of what I expected. It makes mineralized water. And from the looks of things, normal water. So we need a chem plant, not one of these. I guess that makes some sense. Chem plant. Oh, and look, we've got some plastic. That's a bit annoying. You are going to do that one. So, yes, we need you to move. It's one of the things we need. Other thing we need is to come down here. I might use a titanium pipe. They obviously use quite a lot of titanium pipe. But that seems to sort out that problem rather well. So, 2 of these guys. How many do we need to make this work? Just 1. Oh, we need to do something with the mineralized water and the normal water. Right. Okay, well, this is where... this is where we start to reorganize our priorities on... Oops. How we are going to feed water into this whole apparatus. And I think what we're going to do is put down a little bit more landfill. Where's that pump gone? Pump, pump, pump. Alright. There it is. This will be a overflow top-up valve. Yes, that's what we want. That only works if it needs to top up. Now, the mineralized water, for now, I really don't have anything better for it. Oops, I think it's there. We need to get rid of some. I'm going to need some iron. I need to get faster legs again. I need to probably put some... Maybe I should start getting some of the Vanilla Games concrete made, because I don't mind how that looks. Just so that I can lay down some attractive concrete. I don't mind the whole concept of using the concrete and the reinforced concrete for building, but I think I like the art on the devs concrete when it comes to using it for running on. I haven't actually checked the run speed adjustments, if they do have any. Maybe they don't. Yes, that would say there if they did. Can use to build reinforced concrete brick. You can use it to deconstruct any kind of path, but it doesn't give you a walking speed boost. That one does. That one doesn't look great. These don't appear to. Which is interesting. So you now have 5 sodium. Okay. Sodium to sodium hydroxide. We add purified water. That's interesting. Okay. What do we do that in? We do it in a liquefier 3. Since we always have a reasonable number of liquefier 3s. What does the recipe look like? Looks like that, okay. Sodium hydroxide. Interesting. Okay. Actually, if I moved you up one, we could potentially go from there to there. And that would then let us, should blow a hole in that, but I probably can't because we are missing grenades and empty barrels. And I can't even see where the grenades are. There they are. Need charcoal. Okay. Or we could probably just come up here anyway. That's awkward though. That would work quite, except that, I know, we could do that. Yes, that looks quite good. Just because I don't have explosives on myself. What is the hold up here? We out of salt? $68. So I may need to be burning off chlorine here as well. Maybe. Let's just... Oh, that only burns it off if it's greater than a certain point. So you're actually making more hydrogen than you are chlorine. That's interesting. Because you take in equal amounts of both. So if I was smart about this... oh, we're out of tech. Okay, hold that thought. We have the big purple... purple rather than pink, I guess. Backed up. What's this stuff? Steam engine 5. Boiler 5. Night vision 3. Fluid boiling. Solar energy. I doubt we'll be able to do all of that. I don't really think most of that is particularly useful to us, but that's what we'll do. So what I think I want to do is actually, this is too simplistic now. As is that. I should have got more titanium. I'm starting to get a liking for the titanium when it's used as pipes. This is still not as good as I'd like it. It's still a bit on the weak side. How are you doing? You're down to 5.3. All right. So basically you're going to run out soon. That's not titanium. This is titanium. I think. Yes. So yes, what I think I'll do is I'll feed the chlorine around and try and work out which side of either is actually overproducing, and will only burn off from that side. So in other words, we will need to have a pipe there. We can use our titanium friend to go all the way up there. No, I didn't go up high enough. Okay. So that hydrogen chloride. You're still waiting on sodium hydroxide. 0.1 of a solution. Okay. Hang on, what exactly happened there? Do we not have 5 of 10? Oh, you need 10. And you're not producing any because you need the ability to burn off hydrogen. The way we're doing it at the moment is a little bit simplistic. There's 5, so we'll now get something happening down here, including an increase in chlorine. There's a pipe here, check valve. I think this is the one that I actually need. I may even put it there. And what I want it to do I have to have a pump? Probably. And this will go to a flare stack, but we will use a wire from this over here. Enable, disable, and we'll only enable it if the chlorine gas, these are just liquids, are they? Chlorine gas is greater than, not 0, greater than, say, 800. Oh, it's at 1,000, it's, yeah, not greater than 800, is less than 800. That's when we'll enable this. There's no need to burn off hydrogen right now. In fact, if anything, we'd want to burn off the other one. I think. Oh, this is full now anyway, so we're not going to get much more progress for the moment. Alright. At least we're reprocessing the salt now. That's of benefit. Oh, look. We have a friend over there. Sniper turret. Piercing rounds. That's just so I preserve those guys. Oh, we used up all of that landfill. We used up all the landfill that quickly. Amazing. Okay. I need to find a way of getting plastic and what was the other ingredient? There we go. Plastic and carbon over to make batteries in a chemical plant. They take 5 seconds. So we probably want, say, 2 chem plant 3s. I'm going to run through here while I think about how we're going to do this. Probably if I move them all the way down here, which is further down than maybe I was expecting to have to go, but yeah. Okay, chem plant. Chem plant 3s, we can make 2 of these. We need iron and steel and perhaps brass. Iron, steel, maybe brass to make some 3s. Okay, iron, steel. We can do 1, and then we needed brass, so yes. Two. That is probably enough for now. I don't really want to put a dividing line through there. So yeah, I guess we need to be coming through here somehow. Carbon and plastic. I think this one is carbon. So I could feed that way and plastic that way. I should check what sort of volumes, not very high volumes, so that should be fine. You're going to have to go like so. And that's the plastic right there. So we can get to it like so. Bots on their way to help me get something. Maybe. Seem to be taking a while coming back, so maybe I won't worry about it. Where do we want this exactly? Maybe sort of over here. Chem plant 3s. Battery. I've just picked up some stuff I don't want. Where's the other one? There it is. One of you needs to be long pickup. Okay. Okay, maybe we did need to wait for those bots after all. Where are they? All the way up here. Okay. Now, certainly we have the capability of expanding this a bit further, but for now, we have our very long, distant supply of lithium-ion batteries. Which means what in the context of making these guys? Means we now need to look at silicon nitride. Actually, we don't need the sort of volume of these batteries that I'm potentially making here. But again, there are more than one process. We also want them for robots, which is something we'll be looking into fairly soon, I would suggest. There, is that letting this produce more? No. We seem to have come to a halt. 23 salt. We have a problem. Chlorine is in fact exceeding acceptable levels, so we will actually need to have a flare-off of the chlorine. After all, do we have another overflow valve? No, we don't, as it happens, but we can add one in. This might have to change, so it only works if chlorine is less than 700, say. Or maybe all this is just overthinking something, and what we should do is just... If either of you exceed 80, just make some. Burn it off, make some. That should be fine. And we're also burning off... Oh, we're burning off hydrogen here as well. We don't want 2 lots of burning off hydrogen. Huh. You should be recycled as well, dude. Okay. That does not work according to the plan that I had in mind. Whoops. How did we end up with all of this junk? Especially solid fuel and carbon. All right. You actually don't seem to get to do much very often, so very good. You're probably all filled up, and we have our batteries. Right. So... Yellow science. How are we doing for time? I'm hoping silver or silicon nitride is easy. I seem to remember it not being hard, but that might be a myth, an urban legend. Why are you guys not able to produce anything? Because you actually need rubies and you need processing units. That's what these are, aren't they? No, maybe not. Looks a bit like processing units. Titanium plate. I'm not sure why you're not getting any titanium plate. That's a bit of a mess, isn't it? That could be why. So titanium plate, then we should be picking up processing units. That's a filter inserter, isn't it? Okay. Looks like it should be doing that. So now these need gems, that's okay. So that's that one. Oh, sorry, polished rubies, not gems per se, polished rubies. This one, silicon nitride. Steel gear wheels, insulated wire. Well, let's see what we need for the silicon nitride. It's that one. Silicon powder and nitrogen gas. We've got to get silicon ingots. Okay. I guess what we're going to have to do is have another train station over here. Where are we in relation to our train stations? So, I mean, I can make another city block here and then just run the line a little bit further so that we can have a train station. That seems reasonable. Where's my book? So we'll need a little bit of landfill to make that happen. Oh, and because this is out of range, oh, we've got some nice big worms over there as well. I'm guessing we can't quite reach them. Oh, we've got some fun guys down here as well. So we're going to have a little bit of shooting action. What's in here? Spear bots. I can grab that pole. Iron pipe. Yeah, the iron pipes to ground are not that useful. And I don't actually have to build this extra city block or infrastructure for the city block, but I think it's helpful to do so. I did it here, so we may as well do it over there. It's mainly a matter of landfill, for which I don't have very much space at the moment. I don't have a train I can dump that solid fuel into either. Which is slightly annoying. 23, 25, 24, 20, 12, 16, 20, 12, 15. I think 24 was the winner. Okay, I'd like at least 4 or 5 K of this, so let's get rid of that. Tungsten plate. I'm not sure why I'm carrying those things or those things, or the fiberglass board, certainly. Monosilicon. Might just throw that in there for now. And where's 24? There it is. All right. In fact, there's an exit just here we can use. So let's do that. I don't want to make this episode too long, so what I might do is just basically apply. I've got my bots that should be a little bit faster than they have previously been. That certainly helps a bit. We need a small brush size. That must be slightly too large, I guess. It looks too small though. Alright, I think we're definitely close enough to these ones to have certain concerns, shall we say. Active, valid concerns as to our safety. So getting a little bit of power down here is certainly going to be useful. What's your range? Okay, we need to get a little bit closer. Yeah, it's time to stop, guys. Time to stop. Bots off. Not quite wide enough for a plasma turret. What are you? Behemoth. It's always good to see if you're having to encounter anything worse than what you were. You need to go down there. So yes, here we are. That's basically where we wanted to get to. I guess the best option then is to turn this into like a four-way sort of, or not necessarily four-way, but certainly a corner piece. A bit like this one. Though I may have had to squish this one, so maybe that's not actually the best version to use. Let's do that again. Oh. Direction, oh yeah, it goes up, doesn't it? Yeah. Now, I need a bit of room here to actually do something with what's coming in, but let's create a requester chest. I'm conscious of the fact that the hour is just about up, and I should probably stop around about an hour. But we are going to need to order some things into here, not least of which is silicon. And probably rubies, which we're making way up here. We got the grand sum of only 103. You know why we've only got 103? Because we don't have filter inserters over here. So I am unloading rubies into places they're not supposed to be. Like potentially this one, but not that one. Or that one, but not that one. Or maybe we aren't actually unloading rubies after all. no, we are unloading rubies. We've put 900 and we've put 900 over here. And we don't need rubies over here, so that is unfortunate. Yeah, look at that. That's what happens when you... Yeah, this is stopped completely. Making... which one is this one? Not sure. Aluminium, maybe. Yeah, it's got too many rubies. That's a bit of a problem. It's not where we need the rubies. Oh dear. Okay, well, with that bombshell, we obviously need some filter inserters up there, but for now, I'm going to call it here, and we'll continue this probably almost immediately from where I've left off in the next episode, as we keep pushing towards that yellow science. And within yellow science, even more importantly, of course, we are aiming for these guys, the logistic system, and then we'll probably immediately do the logistic warehouses, which is actually slightly more useful because we don't even need any weird science there, I don't think. Sacrificial electromagnet, single-use Atmos, and uni-lived atomic manipulator. I think those are single-use Atmos, uni-lived atomic manipulator. Yes, those are all our normal sciences. So we'll be able to extend to logistic warehouses just as soon as we get to that point. Is there any other prerequisites that we need that we don't have? Fairly sure there's not, but I guess we need to be totally sure. Given the colour, we should be able to do it. So yes, that's what I want to do first. It's only 100, so we should be able to do it fairly easily, but obviously this needs to bring in silicon, and it needs to bring in rubies. Rubies will go to complete the building of these things, which I think we're only missing rubies, right? Yep, we're only missing the rubies. And then we'll do the right things with the silicon, some nitrogen, which we can rip out of the air to make the silicon nitride. Am I going to put this onto a train? Am I going to put the batteries on a train, or am I going to have that go all the way down here? Does seem like a long way. Not sure. That's a problem for next time. So thanks for joining me. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye for now.